Ready, Freddy.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's show, sponsored by ODYS. Up there, ODYS.cc.
NFG 2022.
Don't forget. I've got some Otis shit that I'm going to share. I was telling Mike, I sent him the screenshot. It's ranking boner, or I guess it's impression boner? And clicks boner. It's boner. In GSC. Otis. And the way I'm doing Search Shaker right now is fucking blowing up.
Yeah. They're great fucking mass page sites.
Yeah. You got to do it. Like I figured out like how to get them indexed and shit like that without sending them through an indexer and shit. But it's some pretty badass shit. So.
And you hate Reddit.
Mm-hmm. I gave up on Reddit. I don't like it. Well, I use it, but not for
usually you use it without knowing it. If you're grabbing Otis domains, you're usually using it as an indexing platform if you buy something from Otis.
Yeah.
Anyway, Fred is back. He's been hiding in the shadows.
What up, Fred?
But long time no see, Fred. Also, I need to give a shout out to seounderground.co.uk. If you're in the UK or thereabouts, the event's on in about 2 weeks. The 4th of October. Get your ass there. Holly's coming. Chris is coming. Loads of people are coming. And you can still get your tickets for seounderground.co.uk. So grab a ticket while you can. We also have sponsor speaking slots as well. If anyone fancies sponsoring, whether you've got a tool, a service, or whatever, three sponsor slots are still available. So if you're interested, hit me up and I'll put you in touch with Mr. Hogden. Maeve rhymes with Dave. Is that actually Maeve in that picture?
That is an AI version.
An AI version of Maeve.
She's actually a robot.
Dude, I love those this person doesn't exist type sites where it just generates a random person. Some of those are so freaking creepy looking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Craig?
Yeah.
No, he's not listening, just like last week.
I know. Yeah.
Listen, these guys don't think I'm listening now. Yes, if they're in a talk about something and it's not something that I'm interested in, I'll fucking send an email or whatever in the background. They've only just told me that NFG2022.com is an online event, not in person. So I'm dreading. I'm making my excuses already how I can't get to Florida. And they're like, dude, it's online. So,
dude, we've had a lot more people sign up. I think the travel was still more of an issue than what we expected.
They kept hitting us up. Yeah.
So. They kept asking, how do I pay for the information without going to the event? How are you going to have an online? Mike and I had a heart to heart with our pants on this time and decided
head
to take
head to head, bro.
Yeah. Well, yeah, head to head, heart to heart.
We were banging our heads together trying to figure shit out.
Yeah. Then Mike passed out from full-force trauma.
A lot of banging, dude.
But yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be actually, I know it's going to be a lot better because the speaker list that we can bring in is going to be like 10 times better. Before it was just going to be me and Mike, but now we're crafting how we set everything up. Everything is going to be based around like automation, AI, how you use that for PPL, how you use it for affiliate, how you use it to run an agency, everything like that. So
I thought they just targeted AI and destroyed the world.
There you go. Speaking of NFG 2022, what do you think you'll cover at the event, Craig? Just off the top of your head, you got anything?
I would like to talk about buying, scaling, and then flipping websites, and using automation, using quick ways of scaling up that content. You know, I'll talk about my process involved in that, what tools I use. Not quite as ruthless as yours, Brad. Just using...
Mine's just monkey stuff.
So. Yeah. Mine's is a little bit more sophisticated.
Well, you are, with the accent, more sophisticated. So
that's why you like him better.
Yeah,
and
it is.
And it's just some other general... I'm not going to say black hatty because it's not. It's just making money, just doing shit that works. I don't care for Google's patents or any of that shit. So, so just some general buying, selling, flipping, some skullduggery. shall we call it, and a bit of
selling's interesting, and a little encouragement for people out there that are getting hit by things right now and losing traffic. We had a friend that was selling a site. Update came, lost half his traffic, and he still made what, 250K flat off the site.
Yeah, he sold it for $250,000.
And then after, it led to a lot more revenue down the line, anyways, because of the investment he was able to make off of that. So even as I know I've seen a lot of graphs right now with helpful content in certain types of site, just explosive growth and then loss with the start of helpful content and then this core, and everything. But the thing to think about and remember is that if you were growing and you lost and you actually are still up when you see your graph from where you were in January, then you have still grown. You are still at a place that you want to be. And it's like time to not get discouraged that you've lost traffic. It just means clean some things up, do some things slightly differently potentially, and continue to grow. It doesn't take away your ability to sell those sites and flip those sites and make money off those sites. So it's an encouragement day. Don't beat down your own walls and shit because you lost traffic.
Just a quick one, and then we'll come back to what Mike just said. Doug, the NFG link is here, nfg2022.com. But Brad, are you selling the recordings?
Am I selling a what?
Recordings. Will people get recordings?
If they buy it and they end up not being able to make it, I will have the recordings for them. If after the fact, after the event's done and everything, if someone comes and wants to buy the recordings, I'm not sure. Mike and I haven't discussed that, so I can't say 100% on that. But for the people that buy ahead of time, for the attendees, if they've got to step out because it'll be a packed day. So if something comes up and they can't make it, then we will have the recordings for them. But whether we want it out to everyone that didn't hop onto the event ahead of time, I can't say for certain.
Cool. And now I've just forgot what Mike just said.
I'm just saying, don't get discouraged when you lose fucking traffic.
No. It happens to us all at all different times.
It happens to me all the time. Every time.
But talking about a guy who's losing traffic potentially. But I think we had this question last week, Gautam, if I remember correctly. 410. 410, put that on. There's a plugin for it to de-index that staging website very, very quickly.
Keep the staging offline.
Yeah, too. With our designers and stuff, though, they always have it on the staging website.
Yeah.
It's kind of
it is what it is, but if you can keep it offline, keep it offline.
Guys, I've got no football or basketball top on today. What is wrong?
Johnny Cash, the man in black.
You're going to the big D.
Don't mean Dallas. Who you like? Or I guess football doesn't mean football over there, though, does it?
No.
Do you watch American football at all?
Nah.
No.
Soccer is the sport here.
Who won I gotta look it up. Russell Wilson was playing the Seattle. Hang on. Football scores. As if Craig cares.
Yeah.
Seahawks got it. Dang it.
He's talking football. They're talking about soccer, bro.
That's what I just said. Yeah, we had that whole conversation.
Oh. I pulled a Craig.
At least you're not a week behind.
Yeah. Heinrich needs your advice. If he posts new content in his site, and the content takes him less than 24 hours to index and rank, now all of a sudden he posted something about a week ago, and it hasn't been indexed yet.
Check your messages, Alex. Sorry.
Yeah, I would say does it have any internal linking? If you want it to index quicker, you can always throw it either link to it internally a few times on pages that are already indexed, of course. If all else fails, throw it into the top menu and also review your content. I'm sure you're doing the content the same way, but sometimes Google gets bitchy. So add more media to it, add videos, embeds. If it's local, definitely throw a map embed in there. Get as much diversified content on there as you can. Internal linking, and if all else fails, put it in the top nav And
if you're posting something on a topic, try to post all of the pages at the same time.
Yes. What happens when you post 3 months worth of content at the same time, Mike?
So boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Whatever.
In a good way. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good to post those clusters at the same time for expertise.
But would you backdate the dates, or would you still like put them?
No, we didn't backdate shit.
It doesn't matter to me.
Because I was going to our crew. And I was like, hey guys, why haven't you posted since Valentine's Day? It was February 14th. And they're like, because we posted 3 months of content at the same time. But I could see all these pages that were like posted at the exact same time. But then you look at GSC and it's like straight up. So
I've always been backdate them, change the date.
I do that, yeah.
You can so it's a different play, right? So what we're looking at is that if you're on a topic, you want to look like you are an expert on the topic. So if you need a page on the topic, you're going to get a boost to have it all come up at once, because they're going to crawl and index the whole topic at the same time rather than a piece of it. And if you're missing this here, then you're not as expert as somebody who has all of that. So there is a boost for that kind of cluster being published at one time, a topical cluster and an intent cluster, basically. So yeah, there's a definite benefit to that. Plus you build history faster.
Yeah, then you just wait for maturation.
Yep.
Even though Craig thinks that's not real, but
no. Listen, I get content maturing, getting a bit of history. Yeah. I get that. It's the way you guys throw words in. But we also.
I had to look up the meaning of the fucking word, to be honest. When Mike started, I was like, "Oh, that's what he means." Yeah.
I've got a new one for you though, right? And then we'll come to old PC games. So a couple of lads in my mastermind, and Mike, I know that's you in my mastermind. I know that.
I'm not there, bro. I'm not.
I really can't see Mike taking.
You haven't. I've asked you to let me in, and you have not let me in.
He's knocking on the door.
I know you're in. There's someone called Mike something, and it's fucking you. But anyway, let's pretend it's not. But anyway, some dude. So there's a couple of younger lads in the group, and they're now getting used to my level of banter.
Nonsense, my level of Scottish.
Yeah. But someone says in the WhatsApp chat the other day, who's the best guy to go to for social fortressing? And dude, I'm like, who the fuck is spreading that shit about?
I remember that.
That's Willie's thing, isn't it?
It wasn't us. I didn't ever say social fortress.
Willie's thing is fortress something, right? Rank fortress.
Social fortress is, I think, Marco and Rob, isn't it?
I don't know. I can't keep track of it. Everyone calls the same thing, different names.
Got the golden. I call it golden ring, bitch. It's a golden ring, dude.
I call it
you don't post other people's content in your fucking golden ring. You post it on a tier 2 site, and then you post it in your golden ring, dude. They're WR1, WR2, WR3 websites. WebRing 1, WebRing 2.
We should have Sue on next week.
Dude, I flaked on Matt, but he redesigned everything with the tool. He's by himself now, and I need to talk to him because the stuff
he's got the accent too, right?
With that?
He's got the accent too, right?
Yeah, he's South African. Yeah. And so he has done AI for marketing copy, right? So he's integrated into the web, into the tool, the marketing copy based off of the keywords is what it looks like. So it's actually pulling in the kickers, it looks like, and all this stuff. It's actually pretty cool what he's doing. I need to dig into it a little bit more.
Anyway, Brad, how's that Otis site with the Fiverr links? Is that something you're sharing at NFG, right?
Did I send Fiverr links to the... Yeah, I'll share all my Fiverr stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to remember. Did I link Otis or Fiverr to Otis? I can't remember. Oh, it was a Fiverr gig. It's there's a screenshot for you. It's welcome to America. Yeah, the Fiverr gig is just a content generation on steroids that you can get going. Yeah, so. I've got a bunch of stuff that I use Fiverr for though. So linking, content generation, planning, finding domains, all the above. Like anything that you need to build out a network, you can get it on Fiverr.
Surely one day, though, we should do a roast of one of these fucking sites just to pick holes in it and say, what the fuck is this?
We will have an event.
Why would you roast it? It's perfect.
No.
Don't fucking make that sad, bro. He has my time. But he looks really nice with that haircut.
Okay.
Show us your butt and the hair, like the side at the same. Like, there we go, dude. That's the thumbnail.
Have you all got haircuts?
That's, you know what? When you turn like this, what do you have to do? You know how everyone does this? Update, Google update. Do this. Fuck the scared people.
I don't care anymore.
Hello, Loud Egg. How's the best way to get your first SEO web design client?
Networking.
Craigslist.
You can do that. Yeah, networking. Like once people know that, locally they see you as an expert. Like I get like people know what I do in the neighborhood and stuff like that. I'll be out at like a bar or something with them. They're like, "Oh, you gotta talk to Brad. He does SEO. He can take care of your marketing. He can do this." I was like, "Please, no, I don't want to go clients. No, please don't tell him that." You know, but like I'm like, no, like I was like, I'd rather work for free for you, so I don't have to listen.
It's much easier to give them time than to try to take client money from people in your area.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, networking basically. So
Networking.
if that's not an option, then you're gonna have to rank some shit and then pull in leads that way.
Or you can just, today's core update to me is just more of the same.
It's more like an avocado seed, isn't it? The core.
Yeah, it is. It's guacamole, but no, really, I'm looking at a couple sites, and so it's way early from yesterday, of course, or whatever, the day before that, whenever it was actually kind of started.
And of course, when they say that they put it out, it's probably been out.
I honestly, yeah, and honestly, they're just taking a direction. So core updates are just like pushes of what they've been doing to broader amounts of markets and queries, right? So for me, like with the helpful content shit, I didn't see this shit in Australia. I didn't see it anywhere, but in certain markets in the US, and they said it was going English wide. I think core just means more of the same shit rolling out usually. So wait for the December update. Let's see what Broad does. We'll see what happens in December. So they like to fuck everyone's like holiday season up.
Yes, they do.
The Hawks won.
Yeah, I saw that. I was hoping Russell in Denver would do well, but
ENW Digital says Michael.
What up, Alex?
Alex MW.
Mad
fucking hell, Alex, my
you know Alex.
Yeah, I was going to say what the fuck could MW?
He's professional now.
Yeah, the creepy Alex.
It's tennis Alex, dude. He was a tennis instructor, and all the ladies loved him.
Did he wear the skirt like Venus?
No. I've known Alex. Shit, dude. We met in 2014. Yeah. He's been bothering me since then.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Alex?
In a good way, yeah.
In a real good way. We used to like put our heads together.
It's one of those 7-year itches.
He's asking if you see a lot of double listings after the update using link wheels.
Which update? The like
useful content or the core?
Let me see. I don't think I've noticed a ton. I think with e-commerce, people are not paying attention to a lot of what they need to be paying attention to personally, which a lot of it comes down to the key optimization points on the page and how they are changing in the SERP. But I'm not seeing anything in the markets I'm looking at, I don't think, but I will look and pay attention. You're talking about the one you tossed up, aren't you? I'll look.
And it's a useful book he's referring to.
I don't get anything because I do nothing useful.
It's fair.
Anyway, old PC games. This is, can I power up Web 2.0s and any examples of cheap ways to do it? Are you guys powering up your Web 2.0s, or are you doing the normal, just using Web 2.0s to power up your edits and guest posts?
No, I'd rather power up the 2.0s just because you need to get them indexed. So when I use 2.0s, it's typically associated with an entity. So you've got that golden ring, as we discussed earlier. And at that point, I'll back it up with, edits, either at least one tier of edits, if not two.
Yeah, usually, especially, and depending on what you're doing, you should be also because on a single linking page, when you build a backlink, you can link to your brand, your golden ring,
string,
your golden whatever, your social fortress. And so if you take your social fortress and you build your tier 2 wall fortress and embed the social fortress into your tier 2 wall fortress, then you're actually, no, but really, you can build links to more than one page on a page, right? So if you put a link to your target page and then put something to like one of your 2.0s that's related, then you're saving budget in your marketing. And even if you're doing PBN type linking, you're saving time on your staff or whatever when you're linking to more than one thing at once. And you should always be doing this. I saw on that note, dude, Matt sent an article about DAS, dude. I saw an email come through about DAS, bro. And I have to read it because it was DAS, dude.
Send it to me.
I will. But that's like, if anyone remembers like domain authority stacking.
Yes. That's got to be Mike. That's Mike's wife logging on.
I like topical trust flow and trust flow and citation flow or whatever.
What were you saying about DAS? Yeah, finish up. Sorry.
Well, it's essentially linking to more than one thing at one time, right? You should always
broken link wheel.
Yeah, there you go. Call it whatever we want to, and it is a broken link wheel. But if you have a page, it's like the NFT secret plugin, right? It links not only to the home page and an internal article, but it will link to social media sites as well. And then
social media and your hub pages within too. Yeah. You get links all over the place with that.
So if you're dropping an article and you can put more than one link in there, or you're building a page and you can put more than one link in there, or you can get an image in there or something like that that's associated, you should be maximizing your budget any way you can. If you're doing 2.0s and you're using software, I would be doing something that's maximizing your budget if you can, right? If you're doing contextual content, throw more than one link in there. Not just the target, maybe something that links to the target, because then you're actually doubling up page rank. Well, not double, but you're boosting page rank by linking directly to target and then linking to something that links to target. Now you have more page rank flowing into the page, right? And so that leads into getting guest posts and looking at Majestic. The reason I like Majestic, really, besides the graph, is that they try to base their scoring on the actual page rank, like math, as best as they can, using what we know about the page rank calculations.
Also, something that taking 2.0s out of it for a second and going back to DAS, something that was I don't know if it was intentionally left out of DAS or wasn't mentioned in DAS or whatever, because it was primarily back in the day with 2.0s. So take 2.0s out of the equation and go back to the Mininet style websites, the network websites, right? You might call it a PBN, but it's a theme PBN, and start building your DAS clusters if you want to go back and review that older information, but build your clusters using those type of sites that have pre-existing links. And that's going to be the cheapest way to push rankings, in my opinion. If you want to take a little extra time, set up your network, make it actually look decent, either do a Wayback exporter or whatever you can do, whatever's easiest to get that network up. Get 5-10 sites, build a few clusters, link it back to your social sites as well as your primary pages, like Mike was mentioning, and you're going to see phenomenal results. And you can interlink your network sites as well and push everything up at the same time.
And at the event, we're going to be talking about what really should drive your linking, and your linking shouldn't be driven by anything other than there's 4 things to look at, right? Page rank being one of them, and page rank is extremely important. That's also why when you're guest posting, that it's important to understand the site structure. Like if you want to get nerdy in it, are you going to have a guest post that is created that is going to disappear from the site structure and orphan out? Well, the page rank's just going to decay. It's never going to build. It's not going to do much, and it's going to drop out of index. It's not going to be beneficial to you, except for maybe crawl or something like that. But if you're getting a post, and that post is going to stay in like a silo type navigation inside of a subcategory or a subcategory, then you're going to get more page rank, right? And it's the page rank that you want to grab, and you want that page rank, and then you want to also link along your topic and traffic gaps and things like that. And so one of the things with DAS, if you go back and read the old material on DAS, and I don't know if you ever thought about this, Craig, or if there's any other like linking names that people talked about, but DAS focused on linking from high page rank to low page rank, or high domain authority to low domain authority, because the lower the page rank of a page, the more flow, the more page rank, the more boost you're going to get to that page from a page with more page rank, right? And now if you're linking to a page with a ton of page rank, it's going to take a lot more links to move that page rank needle.
The incremental benefit is going to be lower the higher your page rank is.
So when you go and you conduct a linking campaign and you're looking at, like, say you get a new, we'll do something on the DAS stuff, because I don't know if there's anything that we can find, because the people that that named it that, they're not around us anymore, and I don't think they're even doing this anymore.
Yeah, it was Jimmy and them, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess Russell named it. Jimmy came up with the concept. So
Pumper sites, buffer sites. Mininets really just means a network of websites to make money with, traffic with, and link with, right?
yeah, the biggest difference between a Mininet and an old school PBN is you're actually making money with it. Like, throw a phone number up, like a call button up in the top right, throw a SERP shaker on it and let it rip, make it look halfway decent, and you'll get calls. Especially if you're using stuff like Otis domains. But I mean, at the event, I'm going to talk about my different levels of Mininet style sites.
Yeah.
So.
And on that note, like, when you have the Mininet and when you're looking at something and you're linking and doing like PBN maintenance and health, you can look at the existing link profile. And if you have a certain amount of budget for a client or for your push, you can make good decisions on where to push page rank based on what already has page rank. You don't have to think of it always as like, I need a link to rank, right? You might want a link to make everything stronger sometimes. And when you have a domain and you have a PBN or a Mininet site or a pumper site or a buffer site, if you let it sit there and you're just posting content, you are decaying the quality of the site. Essentially, there is a trust center of the market, like a seed. And the closer you are in the link graph to like the trust there, the better you are. And if you do not link and you do not continually push that graph back into your domains, they decay. They become less powerful, and they do not perform as well. So you can maximize that crap by, okay, if you want to, boost the page rank to a bunch of pages that have a higher page rank, but they're on the same topic. You could create another post that kind of pulls that all together through link, like a hub for that. And then you can push in page rank to that page, and that's going to maximize out to all those pages, right? It's going to pull you back closer in that link graph, even though you're not hitting those pages directly on the website. So understanding the way that the linking works and how the nodes connect and shit is actually very cost saving when you look at it that way. So DAS had some super big benefits to the way they did it. But it really is broken. It's tiered link building and multi links on a page, essentially, and broken link wheels. So,
this is also a question for you, Mike, this particular person. How do you pronounce that name, Mike, over in America?
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Hairy Minge. It's like a hairy vagina or something.
Yeah, that's what it is over in the UK.
That's what it makes me think of, yeah.
But yeah, what software do you guys use for Web 2.0?
Stop fucking with me, Craig. That's how what you tried to do there, bro.
That person came in last week and I was like, Chris, it was in the Chris show. I'm like, Chris, what does that say? And he's like, hairy Minge? Minge? He had no clue. And I'm like, do you not know
I've never, I don't know why
I've never
that.
heard it called that. Is that really a name for it in the UK?
You would say it's like someone's got a hairy minge, yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard the minge part. Yeah, we call it a nappy dugout in the US. Baseball term.
But yeah, but anyway, what Web 2.0 software do you guys use?
Don't. I order the Web 2.0s because they're based around the internet.
Fiverr.
Yeah, Fiverr. They're all
Fiverr CMS.
Yeah, they're all.
No, really, I don't at all. And the only thing I really worry about creating is like to build that social purpose.
Yeah, it's that, and then you can feed from your blog into the Fortress, and it keeps everything updated, and then link to that. So yeah, that's all the.
I honestly would use you can use you can use Money Robot, you can use whatever you want to use, whatever.
Most people that are just doing 2.0s do Money Robot, right?
Yeah.
That's what I would go with then.
Money Robot seems to do very well for Australians.
It's easy to set up and do though as well. I think when you look at doing stuff, that it's a bigger learning curve. Where Money Robot's probably the lazy way out. To be honest, very simple.
SERPs sucks to set up. Like if you're gonna try and learn that shit, it's gonna be a while.
I freaking used a hell of a lot of it.
I did, yeah.
And I was like
running 3 servers and shit like that. And
I love Wheel Bandit. That thing was just press a button and freaking rape.
I was back in the day for Unique Article Wizard. Because I was cheap and didn't want to spin stuff myself. I was hand spinning all that crap. That would have been push button if I just bought a spinner and just like hit go and been good. But
if you could both go back to the days years ago when all of these tools were working, which one tool would you want to bring back that actually works?
Shit. FCS Networker.
FCS Network. Yeah, that's it. FCS
Networker.
You remember that one? That was 2.0s.
Yeah, that was freaking my network in there was fucking insane when I was using the tool.
You would do that and then have a SER behind it. So you get your entity built, and then you hit that with FCS Networker. Then you would hit that with GSA, and like all the FCS Networker pages are ranking too. So you're taking like the first 3 pages basically between your website, your 2.0s that you built, just regular FCS and everything. It's like fucking everything's ranking. So FCS is what I would use, because then you could tier in that anyway, and you could use that to rank YouTube with their Twitter shit easily. You grab a Google shortener of a YouTube video and put some hashtags in it and like just throw it out there into your Twitter network. Boom. Like truck accident lawyer plus city. You can rank like any city.
Fuck's sake. Anyway, talking about links from YouTube videos, are they worth it?
If they're getting traffic. Otherwise, I would say they're probably not pushing your rankings.
Connect them anyways if you have them.
Yeah.
If the content's there and you have a post on the same thing, you should be link wheeling that.
Yeah, connect them and hub your description. So.
I think Brad's bringing back hubs this event, aren't you, bro?
I might be. It might be part of the formula.
I'm gonna dance naked.
That too.
Loud eggs spinning. I'm spinning page 1 with Quillbot all day.
Fucking works.
Yeah, it's a great freaking paraphraser, dude. It really is.
Who owns Quillbot?
Some like educational people, right?
It actually, it's funny because it was not written for the web. It was written.
It wasn't written for us, for sure.
Like in 2016, 2015, right around there, I started playing around trying to get them into our sites. And at the time, they didn't have any interface like what is there now. You had to call them up and say, hey, this is what we want to do. Can we start doing this? It's been fun to watch them grow and see how we kind of killed their API. I don't think they brought it back.
Not kind of. Yeah, we did kill their API. Yeah.
So, they didn't like what we were, not we personally, but we as an industry, probably we. But
someone that was building an auto page builder.
I wonder who that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a solid one. It does a good job. Realistically, anything where you can use AI or speed or ML, whatever you want to call everything, is a good thing. As long as you're using your blacklists and you're actually protecting the real data that you need in there, you're good to go. Brad can do it. You can do it.
It's just copy and paste, like for real. But
old PC games. Can I create 10 YouTube videos to power up topical authority of a blog post?
Sure. You can do whatever you want. I don't know if it's going to work for you.
What's the market? I mean, the SERPs like went really video heavy with helpful content. And if you're in SERPs with video, then like you should have if you have shorts all over your freaking query, have shorts. If you have video there, if you have books, if you have shopping, I mean, you should be following what that query intent is. So potentially you should be doing.
I was going to say it depends on what market you're in. It might make sense for if you're selling old PC games to put out a bunch.
Yeah, it would. And if you're in that market, there's you want to be leveraging the market software as much as possible. So leveraging the video tied in with Discord and shit like that is where you want to be. You want to be all over the market.
Speaking of old PC games, it's not a PC game, but I saw for the Switch, my kid has one. They're coming out with a game with all the old Ninja Turtle games. So I'm like,
oh no shit.
Yeah,
dude. Do you remember Battletoads, bro?
I think so. I remember the green dude that shot all the lizard-looking dude that run around. It was pretty good.
The turtle ones were fucking rad, dude. I remember in the summer of '92 or '93, Bubsy came out. That fucking rabbit thing that ran around, dude. We would get up every morning and play that for like 2 hours and then go skateboard for like 6 hours, dude, then come back and play Bubsy for like 5 hours.
I didn't have a game console when we were in Memphis, so I'd go to my friend's house and we'd play it. Like, he was a lot better at it than I was, so I would die and then come back later. I'd just watch him fucking play.
I remember this. It was my house. Actually, God bless, rest in peace and all that, because he was a good dude. But we would come back and his mom would be at the door, like sniffing our fingers to see if we'd been smoking and shit when we were like 12 years old. It was fucking hilarious, dude.
Jeez.
I could make so many jokes, but I won't.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking, dude. It was junior high. There's a lot of sniffing going on back then.
I was going to say, did you just say you were from Memphis, Brad?
That's where I was born, through kindergarten. So young.
Where the hair comes from, like the Elvis look.
You like it? Yeah. Tennessee. Yeah, my mom worked in the hospital that he passed away in. Not at the same time, but Baptist Hospital.
Bloody hell. Claim to fame. Have you ever been to Graceland?
I've not, no. I was pretty young when I left. I've been to, Peabody, all that stuff, downtown and stuff. So that new Elvis movie is actually pretty good. I wasn't expecting it to be.
I ain't seen it.
That's good. It's Tom Hanks in it. Yeah. It's on HBO now.
So this one here, I would say I wouldn't create the video just for the links, but you should topically and intently link everything together. Yes, for sure.
Mike, that one's for you.
I think anything with maturity.
That means niche edits is what.
That's not me. No, but realistically, it depends over time and what's going to happen to the guest post. For immediate benefit, I'd rather have an edit that is going to have longevity and not disappear, and there's not going to be link loss, because the guest posts, at least when I see a lot, everyone in like a lot of marketplaces, you have a lot of link loss at 6 months, right? So you want to look at what's happening 6 months down the line from your link purchases. Is one thing people don't talk about. That, hey, we'll build this, and you buy that from a marketplace, and then in 6 months you've lost 75% of those links, and those links are not ever doing what they could do for you. They'll still do your thing. It's still cool to have it. Link loss is normal, but you want to kind of play around with how much link loss you have. But I prefer using both, but I would prefer edits, and I would prefer them both together. If I'm going to hit a post, you better be linking the post. So like when we were talking about the 2 links on a page, post the guest post pointing to your target, and then build another guest post or edit with a link to the guest post and the target, right? So that you're flowing additional page rank, but you do not want to not link your links. Link your links. Like if you build guest posts, you need to link them, like period. Buy links for your guest posts.
Good advice. Good advice. Mike, I've got a question. How did I perform in the Search Engine Journal podcast?
I didn't watch
You didn't watch it.
How did it go? But I did see it come up afterwards, and it seemed like they were promoting it on the site too.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it went well. It's always good to have a chat. And
he seems like a good dude. Like he said, my pool buddy to you. I did see the beginning, actually. I saw him talk about how cool you were. That's all I need.
That we were on it genuinely.
At that moment, Mike knew the guy was full of shit, so he just logged off. Yeah.
Oh, he likes Craig. But no, I know you guys. He told me that. That's funny because he said that, and we had talked, and you had said, yeah, you hung out by the pool with his family and your family and stuff, dude. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I had no idea that he was the owner of Search Engine Journal, until a year ago. So we'd hung out, and I was like, he's a great guy and all that shit. I just thought he was a random SEO dude doing his thing, and then it comes out that he's the man behind Search Engine Journal, which is a wee bit of a surprise. But hey, it's all good. And yes, people do click the like button and subscribe if you don't mind. It's always helpful.
What's missing, and I'll take a look. We'll figure it out. There's more content coming for that actually because of Glenn.
Gee, yeah.
Some SOPs, right?
Fucking hell.
Or VA videos, something like that.
All these South Africans, man.
Causing trouble.
Always.
I wonder if they listen to the Antword or what's his face? The guy that does Cool as Ecker. Fuck, I can't remember that South African rapper, but he's good.
What's the one? Reach Beach? They're from South Africa, right?
Yeah, that's the Antword, the answer.
Oh, yeah.
The Antword and fuck. What is it? God, I'm going to forget his name. Shit.
This is what he's going to be listening to all afternoon now.
Yeah, I am now. John something.
Jack Parrow.
Jack Parrow is what I'm looking for, bro. Yes, I love Jack Parrow, man.
That was not me, by the way. That was Zeddy Electrical that said that there. I was just throwing it out.
That's great. He's great, dude. He did that. I sent you a song with him and Dirt Nasty the other day, Brad.
I probably didn't listen to it. Dirt Nasty's hit or miss.
He is, but when he's with Mickey Avalon, he's good.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes him and Smoothie are all right.
Yeah, Smoothie's freaking weird, bro.
Yeah, Mr. Biscuits.
Will one backlink on a PBN or Google News site be better than two? I have been doing one backlink to Money Site and one link to GMB Map and embedding Map. Mix it up. Yeah, you can.
That's what I would do. Mix it up. Link to your entity properties, like Mike said earlier.
You can link to all your social. It makes sense to put in it's like, think about a press release, right? They have their contact info, their website, maybe some profile stuff, phone number and shit. Link the phone number over to your fucking map.
Put your map in everything that you can do.
Yeah, your map should be everywhere for local, for sure. Suppose I want a link from Craig's website. Don't do that, dude. They know that, yeah. Which method will be the best way to approach? My last approach was a lifetime deal of contactout.com.
I've never used it.
I'm going to go look at Contact Out. What did you do? A guest post or what, brother? Nice link, dude. Already, I can say nice link.
Contact Out is a thing that gives you people's email address.
It's from the scraper?
Yeah. So
gotcha. That's solid right there. So where did you link?
So he wants a link from my website, for example.
Right. And I'm wondering where he linked on Contact Out. So, but what I would do, let's look at Craig's website. If there's a picture of Craig, you want to avoid that page because you don't want that entity association.
Burger King.
CampbellSEO.com, right?
Yeah.
It's verifying that I'm not a robot. Fuck you, dude.
Me too. God damn it. I've got to...
Really, Craig?
Got to solve a puzzle to get on his site.
I'm not going to your website, bro.
I'm going. There he is.
You're going to fucking make me click shit?
Yeah. Click allow for my push notifications as well.
Affiliate programs in South Africa.
I don't like your push notifications. They always have like nakedness in it.
Yeah.
So depending on what you were promoting, right? If you're promoting a link building freaking agency, then you would want to build something off of that section of the website if you could, potentially. But it's Craig, so I don't know if I do that.
How's your Udemy stuff going, Craig? Does it sell?
Yeah, but it's just shit, man. It's like
I think you have to focus on it if you want to make it make money, dude.
Yeah. I know a lad who is selling them by the barrel load on there, but he works it hard. Like I just threw some old shitty courses on there to see what happened.
I don't work anything hard, so.
I did an application with my name, but like didn't take any effort. And I threw in some nonsense stuff and applied to this marketplace to try to look around and everything. And it comes back. It says, "Congratulations, you're in the top 3% or 2% or something." And I'm like, dude, that must not be a good thing for the website. It's like applying for an affiliate application and them disapproving you based on anything. It just
it's like ClickBank, right? Yeah. You don't need any approval for that.
You have to actually think about and show like validity when you go and apply for something like.
You've got to massage the bigger affiliate programs a little bit.
You got to massage the bigger one.
That's how you get a link.
That's how you get an eruption.
That's how you get a link on Craig's website.
You massage it. You finesse it. Yeah. But I didn't get. I still want to know where you got the link from, Rocky. That's your name.
You got to massage my shoulders, loosen me up, buy me a few drinks, make me feel good about myself, and then I would consider it. But
and then it's a maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully they got. Is it local, Black Jay, or is it like ecom? Sometimes you got to watch out for the ones that come off the street and there's still that drug dealer mindset, like someone we knew. Remember that shit, dude?
Yeah. Like, he tried to pay us with a shoebox full of money.
Awesome.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't giving my address.
Fuck's sake.
Because he wasn't anywhere close to us. I don't even know where he was. You couldn't see his profile pic in Skype and all that stuff. It was weird. It was like it reminded me of those, like where the reporters interview the drug dealers and stuff about it, like a documentary. It's got like that face and stuff. They got like a mask on and their face, their voice is hidden and stuff. That's what he reminded me of. And it was too grimy for me, even, especially at the time. I was like, Mike, I don't feel comfortable. He's like, yeah, neither do I. So
remember who, like, who I'm talking about too, though? Like, remember her client, Sarah? From LA.
Oh, yeah.
That dude.
Speaking of massaging, yeah.
That was brutal.
Well, yeah. And then he fucked up the site. Someone fucked up the site. It was crazy.
Yeah. This here, local, nationwide. So I assume you're doing like you're doing actual like mixed intent too on the website. So like e-commerce and then info and location-based shit. For the market, like I start thinking really of compliance and different things and looking into local and making sure that you are spot on with the business rules for that business is super, super important in restricted markets. Like you need to be thinking first and foremost about protection of everything, of the assets and even yourself, dude.
Yeah. And then it's just content linking basically.
Yeah.
You need a solid content plan. You need clustering. It's all the same SEO in my opinion. With the extra regulations aside.
Yeah, but the regulations can become part of the on page too. Is one of the things to think about. So like look at it by a like query by query or like group of query, like industry market. So if you're in a certain location, you might be doing those pages slightly differently than the other pages, and you need to be paying attention to that. It's one of those things where you need to be crawling that site, looking at everything when the structure, looking at all the competitor structure, and starting solid from day one when you get onto it. And I would honestly, I don't know how you do SEO, but you need to start with the tech like literally crawl that thing and start comparing it across the board when it does to the content scrapes and some of the scrapes for the site. I don't, other than that, like I would say just pay attention to the compliance.
And just to reaffirm that Jay's customer is a legit business person.
What is a legit business person, though?
I need a shirt that says that. Legit business
I'm
person.
a legit business person. I had a conversation on a plane, and it ended up being the head of a tech department for a major Ivy League university. And I was talking to them about what we did. I was talking about networks, building multiple websites. This is Brad, I think back in like 2016 or something, talking about how we were doing a lot of the personalization, cloaking, delivery type stuff. And she goes and just looks at me, and I said, well, you're a girl. You can't be a head of a department. And
You said that to who?
I'm fucking kidding, dude.
No wonder we lost that client.
She looks at me and she goes on the plane, she goes, so you're a hacker? I said, no, I'm a legit business person. And
look at my shirt.
You're a hacker. No, but really, it's interesting that you say legit business person, because that's a kind of an oxymoron, right?
Anyone that has a business can't be legit.
That's a shit.
Or anyone that's a legit business can't be a person.
What is a legit business person? Is like a legit
registered, I guess.
What's that?
Registered? I don't know.
I consider someone that does lead gen and has a bunch of map listings a legit business person.
I think he means not a drug dealer.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
And doesn't pay him with a shoebox full of cash.
Tried.
Do they have a profit and loss?
Yes.
They that dude wanted, he's like, what's your address? I'm like, there is no way in fuck I am giving you.
Oh, dude, I know who you're talking about now. I was thinking okay.
Oh, you were thinking of the
dude from LA, right?
I think so. He had the snowboarding.
Like, dude, you gotta do this. You gotta do this. I'm like, bro, like, what gang are you from, dude?
I can't remember who brought him on. It wasn't Sarah, though.
I don't know how he found us, dude, but that was an interesting conversation, dude.
Someone tried to hook
Can I ask a question on this?
Go for it.
Who took the money?
No one.
No,
we did not take the client. He was trying to do what's that? Weed maps.
Weed maps. Yeah.
He was trying to do like.
If you really do need like advice, and you're kind of like, I'm in this market and I need to know what to do. Payment is not all cash invoice. Everything is done with tax numbers. It's good, dude. So it's not a money laundering operation.
I remember. Who was it? Old school OMG guy. We ate dinner with him. He's Italian. With Gould at dinner.
Oh shit!
Scott.
That was Portfolio?
No, Scott. Yeah, he talked about like he would take like one of his clients insisted on paying cash, so he like every week the dude would pull up in his cul-de-sac and he'd go out there and get like a bag of cash. It was like $3,000 a month for that contract, and he would carry it back inside. I was like, that seems shady.
I had to drive to a city once to pick up money for a contract once, dude.
When I was doing web design, I would have like, that's the only time I've really dealt with local clients. So like, and they would, it was like a detailer, like mobile detailing. So he would get paid cash. He's like, yeah, I need some updates to the site. How much is it going to cost? Like 200. It's going to take me a few days to do it. Okay. Can you meet me at the mall? I'll give you the money. That's Greensboro. Yeah, sure. Fine. So I would like drive all the way to the mall, meet him in the food court. He'd give me money. I did not give him drugs. And then I would leave and work on his website. It's just weird, the shit that you do when you're first getting going, though.
Yeah.
Black Jay, if you have questions in that market, like straight up, Craig, can you throw that freaking Skype handle into the comments or whatever?
Yep.
So I can get spammed like a motherfucker. I'll never see it. It's okay. I can't see the legit ones anyways, unless I add it. So hit me up on Skype, dude, but it has to be Skype because I'm not installing another messaging platform.
That's my thing.
For Skype, dude.
Old PC games.
Yeah, I'm covering that on the event. So that's actually part of the shit that I'll go over.
Cool.
But yeah, it's easy. It's easier to get that than it is AdSense. So.
Rackable, what is the quality checkpoint you follow to do backlinks? What metrics should I keep in mind to avoid penalties?
Just make sure it's in the index. I mean,
Has some traffic would be all right.
filter out the fake traffic that people push to, say they have good links and sell you links. And if there's indexation and it's in the index and it's, not in the freaking safe site warning and shit, you don't have security warnings. I mean, that's what I would look for personally. I mean, realistically, it's more off of like what your page and site needs rather than what that other site is doing in the way I look at it. But, well, actually it's both. It has to be on both sides. So never mind. But I would just stay away from anything that looks low quality from a bare bones aspect of like, it's in the index. It's getting crawled because you see that the site's growing, shit like that. If you really care. I wouldn't look at any like real third-party metrics. The only ones I ever even glance at are ones that calculate page rank, like Majestic and shit like that. So topically, you can create topical relevance on a page.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be something huge.
That's what she said.
I did read a study, bro, for a site I was doing, and it did say that women prefer larger penises for one night stands. So there's that.
What the hell kind of study were you reading?
Yeah.
One about penis size.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hey, not much bigger, but it's bigger.
Each to their own.
Preferences.
What is the best indexer right now?
Reddit.
Yeah.
Post it on Reddit.
I will say, what pissed you off about Reddit, dude? Like, what part was it?
I bought an account and got it banned.
That's because you bought an account, bro.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't do shit with the new account, so I bought an account.
But what'd you pay? Because the good ones you can buy are like $400 and shit.
It's like 100. I wasn't. They had it.
Oh, you did spend more than like $10.
Yeah.
Dude, what banned it? Just logging in or what?
No, I was reposting a bunch of shit. I started getting not errors, but it's like you've got to wait 20 minutes to do anything else. And I think I just did shit.
You flag spam triggers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the real, you can break their protection if you manipulate the karma system is what you need to do. So
it looked like what they had done before was, they boosted the karma of posting a bunch of like cat pictures and shit like that. So
there's a spot that has really good like topical Reddit accounts, dude, that are pretty solid.
If they don't get me killed, that shit indexes like instantly. Create a subreddit though, basically, on whatever Reddit account you have, and repost shit from other subreddits to that one, and then start posting your links on there, and you'll get your subreddit index like fast, and then your links.
What were you posting with, bro?
Huh?
What were you posting with? Just by hand?
Yeah, I was just doing it. It wasn't anything crazy high volume. I was just.
There's a very solid library, a Python library that just directly connects into the API in the back end that will do it. And I think that if you set that up, we'll look at that again and see what I want to see.
Yeah, we'll get through the event and then we'll do it. I actually bought a Python course. I'm going through it. It's like the basics right now though.
Python's sick, dude.
Yeah, that's why I need to at least get a base level of knowledge on it, and then I can start expanding from there.
Yeah.
It's fun shit. That's the kind of dumb shit I do. Kelsey takes drawing classes. I fucking take.
I'm looking forward to that freaking finance one on Friday, bro.
Oh, does that start Friday?
Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly.
Yeah. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, it's all day. Make sure to have like meal prep or something because it's fucking. Yeah. I tell you about that when Kelsey burnt my pizza.
No.
I was pissed. I was like, hey, should I go ahead and make this pizza ahead of time and just microwave it? It was just a frozen pizza. I was like, I need it exactly at this time because it's like non-recorded, like it was an online event. So I bust it down. I was like, where's my pizza? I was like, what the fuck's that burning smell? It was like on fire, like black, like no shit. So I was like, well, I don't have any time to make anything else. I like cut it. Like I could hardly get through the crust. I'm like sitting there, like dipping it in ranch. I'm like, oh, it was like a tortilla chip, like dipped in ranch, like eating it. I was like, I I was upset.
Yeah, that's not too bad. When I was like 16, maybe 17, I lived in this like motel, like for maybe 4 months. And I remember like a couple nights, like eating the leftover fucking Burger King trash, dude, because I had no fucking money and no way to like get food and shit. So
it's crazy where you come from.
Pizza at that point.
Yeah.
Last question from Rakabul. How can he identify if a website's a PBN or not? You can't.
The good ones you cannot. The bad ones, it's just a blog roll, and you can tell it's an obvious like farm essentially.
The biggest, is the content just being completely generic and going. And one of the things that they've done with like these cores that have been going on in the helpful content shit is that it goes after it hits publishers harder than like a regular like affiliate tight site or a local site that's tight, because there's a bunch of generic posting, right? So if there's a bunch of generic posting without support, like you're not, like we talked about publishing a whole cluster at one time, if you're not supporting the fucking market, then the traffic drops off. And so if you have a generic PBN that's just publishing everything in its mother, the same thing will happen there. And so just looking at a site to think, and just, you know, noticing that it's healthy, like we talked about. Is it in the index? Is it, you know, new pages, or it being indexed or whatnot? That's what you're looking for, man. And then I wouldn't worry whether there's no difference between a PBN site and a site that's published for making money if you do it properly. So don't worry about what it is, just worry about what it is.
Don't worry about what it is, just worry about what it isn't.
Exactly.
And also Black Jays was asking which pricing course.
Just one on Udemy. Just like a cheap one on there, just to get the basics down. And I'll
Learn Python the Hard Way is a great free course and book. I don't know, it might not be free anymore. I know he published a book, but it is a little more in detailed. And I think courses like from Udemy, at least for me, are a lot easier to do because they're more structured.
I'm just going through everyone and then do the quizzes and shit like that. So it's always, you got to be building on, like adding modules, like building on.
I would recommend learning HTML first. If you have not learned HTML yet, start with HTML.
It reminds me a lot of that. Yeah. Just the basic building blocks, building it up.
Yeah.
So.
And understanding HTML if you're an SEO is important.
Oh yeah. 100%. I'm going to scrape the internet.
On that note, we are out of time, but
NFG
2022. Let me just put it in here. NFG 20.
Corey is going to be talking about growth. It's basically tying it into agency growth and everything. So coming in, like one of the things that's important to understand when you build these network sites, you're not building it for just one reason, and it's diversification of your portfolio and your assets. You like real estate essentially is extremely important.
Honestly, I buy them not thinking about using them for linking at all. I buy them to make money with, and then if I eventually use them for linking, I can. So
if you follow us any length of time, or if you haven't, it's just really important to understand that if you do something like you're going to try to make money with it, it takes care of a lot of the questions that people keep asking. Like, how do I do this or that? Break the thought that a PBN is different than your other sites, because they're not.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Otis.
But before we do that, and Harry mentions from Talon, Estonia. But anyway, before we do that, before we go, I just want to ask, what other speakers are going to be speaking? You mentioned Corey.
Corey, the guy from Niche Website Builders. Mike and I are going to have separate presentations this year. That'll be cool. Who else we got? I
pinged
Chris, of course.
Yeah,
Chris
is coming.
He's going to be covering some Black Hat
DMB
stuff. Yeah, so which I would like more details on. So
and a couple more. If he'll return my text, that fucker.
Yeah, well.
Hit or miss, bitch. Hit or miss.
Yeah, so we're just like loading down the day with, it's going to be, all tied together, but some pretty badass presentation.
We want you building sites, so build sites. Darren liked your exit pop, bro. Snap it to a Slim Jim, homie.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, guys, Otis, see you later on.